Studying materials, be it textbooks or notes, tutorials, or past papers, make how many of you concerned about where to begin from? And if we talk about time management, how many of you find it difficult to manage classes and extracurricular activities like club orientations and all, and your labs? So, after seeing these many raised hands, you can conclude that you are not alone. And be rest assured because this session will answer all your questions. Today, we have with our esteemed seniors who have cracked the code of acing exams and are here to give us valuable insights and share some tips and tricks which will surely help you all. So, let me introduce you to the seniors. You know, those people who seem to have 48 hours in their day instead of 24? Yeah, those are our guests today. First up, we have Shreyan Bhaiya from Mechanical Part 3 with an astonishing CPI of 9.67 and departmental rank 1 in IDD. And if that wasn't enough, he is also super talented in animation, as well as serving as the co-head of Career Council of SCS. Joining him is Vanshika Didi from Chemical Part 3 with an amazing CPI of 9.37 and departmental rank 11. She has been dribbling her way to victory as the vice captain of basketball team, and she also has been a dedicated coordinator at SCS. So thank you so much, seniors, for taking out time from a hectic schedule and collaborating with Academic Council for this session. Now I would like to start the session by explaining you to the calculation of SPI and CPI. Now, first of all, what is SPI and CPI? So SPI is Semester Performance Index, represent your performance in a single semester. It's calculated only from the subjects taken in that particular semester. While CPI is Cumulative Performance Index. It is the overall average of your performance over all semesters combined. And how is CPI calculated? It was like, see, CPI का formula दिया हुआ है यहाँ पे. So CI refers to the total credits assigned to the course by the institute, and GI refers to the grade scored in the course by the student. तो जो CI होता है वो फिक्स्ड होता है. हर कोर्स का क्रेडिट्स फिक्स्ड होते हैं जो हमारा इंस्टीट्यूट डिसाइड करता है, और जो GI होते हैं वो ग्रेड्स होते हैं जो आपके परफॉर्मेंस की बेसिस पे एट द एंड ऑफ एग्जाम्स आपको मिलते हैं. जैसे कि एग्जांपल ये है एक, जैसे कि MA 101 में क्रेडिट असाइंड है 11 और जो परफॉर्मेंस स्टूडेंट की उसके बेसिस पे उसको A- मिला है एंड A- इज फॉर 9. सो उस बेसिस पे कैलकुलेशंस वगैरह भी हुई हैं. तो जो हमारी पीआई होती है वो सिर्फ फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर के लिए होती है, और पीआई के अंदर जो H101 के कोर्सेज होते हैं वो इंक्लूड नहीं होते हैं, और ME भी इंक्लूडेड नहीं होती है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिस. पर जो CPI होती है उसके अंदर ME और H101 के कोर्सेज इंक्लूडेड होते हैं. तो जो पीआई है उसके अंदर सिर्फ जो हमारे मेन कोर्सेज जैसे MA, PHY, CY उनके क्रेडिट्स इन्वॉल्व हैं, और जो CPI है उसके अंदर हमारे H101 के क्रेडिट्स भी हैं, और ME जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रैक्टिस है उसकी भी क्रेडिट्स इन्वॉल्व है. तो फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर के लिए तो SPI और CPI सेम होती है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर ही हुआ है सिर्फ, तो सेम ही होगा. पर बाकी आगे जाके फिर CPI अलग होती है एंड SPI अलग होती है. So now every exam preparation can be broken into 3 phases. First, there's a consistent studying before the exams. Then, last minute preparations as the exam approach. Lastly, there are the tips for performing well during the exam themselves. And obviously, we can't forget that post exam period. But before all that, to all the students attending the session, if you have any doubt during the session, post your questions in the chat box. And once we are done with the general questions, we will jump right into solving your doubts. Okay? Is it clear? Guys, please react कर दो. Okay. So let us dive into questions now for each phase one by one. So the first and the most important phase one, how to stay focused and how to manage time.
So let me start, I guess. I think Vanshika can take it. Why, like, we can go like that only. I will give the first time and then Vanshika can do that. Vanshika, I think it's okay.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, so the question was like how to stay focused and to how to manage time. See, when we come to the college, like when I was also in the first year, it's really like the college environment is really very different from the school environment because we have like we do not have that much of restriction and we have more co-curricular activities. Like most of the students are nowadays more busy in attending orientations than attending classes. So that's a very big thing. But at the end of the day, we have to remember that what we have come to the college for. Why uh, did we come to the college for? We have come to the college to study, to learn, and to gain something, and of course, for the sake of that, to get interns and placements. So, and to get that, you need at the end of the day some amount of CPI and SPI and all of these academic qualifications. So, keeping that in mind, uh, I would say that attend every orientation you want to. There's no bar in that. But also, like as you have all grown up and are already become a mature person in life, try to like understand which things are important. For example, like maybe in weekend you have 3 to 5 orientations going on. Maybe then, like if there are 5 orientations, you can skip maybe 1 or 2. I would not say like club wise. That's like I am not condescending any club that it's not good or bad, but you have to study and focus on self study. And secondly, the thing is, whenever you go to class, whenever try to understand directly from the professor rather than coming to the room and trying to understand from there, because in college life, after that after class hours are very less if we count away the time spent in clubs and all. So I would say focus on whatever the teacher is teaching. Yeah, many a times it happens that the language of the teacher and the methodology of the teacher could not be understood, but then try to communicate personally with that professor. That's one thing. Or try to get help from friends who may have a better edge understanding their type of language because of the dialect the professor speak in or everything. So yeah, that's on focusing. And time management is like the is like essential, and it will be learned by like the as time goes on. Actually, like nobody can directly teach you time management. You have to understand what's the priority in your life, what subjects matter, which clubs matter, which time you should take a sleep, which time you should take a nap, which time you should sit for studying. So yeah, that will come one after another, but try to learn in the classes only. Yeah, I'm done for this question. Vanshika?
I will answer the next question asked, right?
Okay, Purvi, you can go to the next question. Vanshika will get to the next question. Yeah. Purvi, your mic has been turned off. Mic has been turned off.
Sorry. Okay. So What should be the generalized or ideal roadmap you all follow to cover any topic, course or subject? Matlab, I mean like the sequence in which we have to do tutorials, assignments, and examples from reference books.
Okay. So hello everyone. So like as said by Shreyan, firstly you should try to understand the class, and if you are unable to understand in the class, or like you don't want to understand in the class, it's perfectly fine. Then try to go to the notes first, and then through the reference book or the YouTube videos, whichever your senior suggest, and then jump onto the questions. Like try to do the tutorials first, then assignments, and PYQs are must. You should practice PYQs before attempting the paper. So like complete onto the theory first, then read some books or YouTube videos, whichever your senior suggests, tutorials, assignments, and then PYQs. This is the roadmap, a pretty simple one to follow.
Okay, thank you so much, Siri. Okay, so the next general doubt is, how did you guys get confidence in each of your particularly weak subjects?
Okay, so this is a very good question, and I am seeing the chat pop up constantly, and there's a one question which is popping up every time, that MA 101 thing, right? So yeah, that was one of my weak subjects. I would say I'm good in numerical type of mathematics, but I was completely new in real analysis and like that part of mathematics which is like behind every math. So yeah, but so the thing is, uh, the only solution I got to that is practice, like practicing it repeatedly until you get that done. That's I found that is like what I found the ultimate solution. Like, yeah, if it is a weak subject, it will somehow remain the weak subject as time goes on. But and you like even in third year, I still fear MA 101. But the thing is, the only thing that can get over that fear, or at least for the examination sake, it will be like a constant practice of that subject, and also getting the theories cleared out. Like each of the theorems, or each of, if you say for maths or physics, or in particularly as we are doing for the freshers, it's mainly maths, physics, chemistry, and some subjects only. So that will be like get the theorems cleared out, and not like cleared out means just memorize them, understand them, what you can get it, and then practice it so that the understanding becomes better. And of course, all as Vanshika said, solve the PYQs and tutorials religiously, because teachers also know that which subjects can get tough, and they try to make it easy by giving direct questions from tutorials and PYQs. So yeah, so do those things, and of course clear all your concepts. That will be the main thing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Priya, for your thoughts. And regarding the for your weak subjects, you will shortly receive your mails regarding remedial classes. And in remedial classes, basically, we मतलब हम लोग सेशंस रखवाते हैं जिससे कि आप लोग को जो भी सब्जेक्ट्स हो उसके लिए रिवीजन टाइप का हो जाए, तो वो होता है, उसके लिए मेल आ जाएगा. So the next question is, the IITs are known for the extracurriculars, but right now I guess most freshers do have a genuine fear for exams. So the question in this area lies that how did you manage your other interests, hobbies, priorities during exams?
Okay, so like firstly, in your first year, try to attend like orientations which they are going on in those clubs which you have interest in, or the case study competitions and many more things which are going on. Attend them and take and participate them to check which area do you have interest in. Say for example in sports, so you will have intra freshers or like they are playing right now, like the practice is going on, so join any sports or cult or whichever club you want. So like explore in that way to join whichever club you want to be in. And then like if you are in clubs, so for example, if you are playing some sports, so manage your time like this, like your playing hours will be 5 to 8, something like that. So come on to the hostel, freshen up, and if you have energy, then study right now, or have a good sleep, then study in the morning, and then go for the classes and understand in the classes. And if you have zero interest in the classes, and like you have no interest to understand with the professor, sometimes you have understand, so like attend, like try to read books or YouTube sessions, whichever you prefer. My voice is okay. So like where was I? So attend the classes and prioritize your time like that. Like the club hours which are there, dedicate your time towards that club, into that club during that time. Then take a proper rest and then continue with the studies, either in night or in the morning, whichever time suits you. It's simple as that.
Okay, that's a wonderful takeaway for us. Thank you for highlighting it. So the next question is, speaking of exams, one must take utmost care of his physical and mental health during exams. So if someone is facing health issues and are unable to attend classes and quizzes, assignments, what can they do? Matlab, if health issues worsen and the person is unable to recover at campus and has to go back to his or her hometown, in that case, will deadlines be strict or not? Or if taken as late submissions will give low grades?
Okay, so the thing with the deadlines, there can be two kinds of deadline. The deadline you set for yourself and the deadline set by professors. So let's get the second thing clear to us. The deadline set by professors are pretty strict, but if you have a medical or mental issues, physical or mental issues, which can be considered under medical issues, so that can be covered by the institutes like medical policy, but by for which like it will be like granted, like the delay will be granted. For your own deadlines, the thing is it can shift as much as you want, but as much like if you are sick you can shift it for 2 days, but the thing is we have to be strict with ourselves in case of like if we stay say for academics we have to be a little strict on ourselves as well. Yeah, the health is one very big thing because in first year itself I would say like I myself during the midsem and endsem felt ill, like massively. I had fever and all, but still uh, it like the fever did not made me like okay let's skip the exam and like leave on the study, because the same thing I would say, one must know their priority, and of course take care, one must should also take care of themselves, maybe go to the health center once, take a day's rest, no problem with that. But whenever you feel okay to sit once, don't like go like when you sit up from the bed you are feeling a little good, don't go to your phone to scroll the insta reels. Better you just pick up the toughest or weak subjects which you are thinking that it's okay, it's tough or thing, just read it, maybe that will increase the fever, but at least you will learn something in the message. So that is the thing. And yeah, and the thing about attending classes and quizzes is like whatever I said. Officially, it's strict, but medical conditions are granted, and but the classes thing are should be like if you are feeling too much unwell, you should not go to the class, but at least collect the notes from your friends, collect what the teacher taught, maybe discuss with all the roommates and all the people near you that okay this was taught, and try to learn. You do not have to pressurize yourself, but of course don't like oh don't make it an excuse. It can be a problem but it should not be an excuse.
Also,
Okay,
guys,
that's very helpful.
in case of severe and major health issues, if you miss the exams, there are makeup examinations which you have to mail to the professor. So in case of that, mail to the respective professor, and makeup examinations are scheduled 1 or 2 weeks later after midsems or endsems. So you can give those examinations then after.
That's very helpful. Thank you for putting it across so clearly, Didi and Bhaiya. So, jumping on to the second phase of exams, the last minute preps. So, an ideal student like our seniors, sincere seniors here on the panel, doesn't just study for marks, but really try to understand and learn from classes. But when exams are just around the corner, we all end up doing last minute revision. So, we would love to know, how did you manage to revise such a huge syllabus during those crunch hours?
Okay, so if talking about last hours before examinations, your focus should be on the important topics which your respective professor have suggested and your seniors have suggested. Also on the PYQ questions topics from which the recent year PYQs asked, the topics from which the questions in PYQs are. So that should be your focus, and also the assignment questions should be the focus during last minute. That's it.
Yeah, my
Okay.
side also same thing. Maybe if the PYQs and assignments are given like beforehand only, not just before the exam. If just before the exam, it's okay to keep it for the last minute prep. If not, try that once for yourself, like when it's given. But yeah, on the last hours, focus on the topics that you maybe missed or felt are tough, and of course again repeat the assignments.
Okay. Thank you so much, Priya and Didi. So now, for most of the students here who have been giving objective papers for JEE right now, and shifting back to subjective exams can be a real challenge. So we would love for you to share some guidance on how they should approach their preparation and how they can use PYQs to track their progress.
Okay, so that's what I was. I almost answered it in the last question only, but
Yeah.
okay. The thing is with PYQs and assignments, what because of which I was saying that you should start a little early. If you get the hands on the PYQs and the assignments a little earlier than the last day of the exam, because uh, what it helps basically is to like prepare a answer. Like if you get the PYQ, generally what for the first years what comes to mind, okay, this is the question, this is the answer, finished. But then you will then you will see the amount of marks on the side written. Okay, it will be written 5 marks or 6 marks, and then you will understand, no, like that one word answer that you thought may not be the only thing that should be written in this. So that will provoke you to, okay, let's find out what's the next, what should we give the explanation in this, like why the answer comes, which forces you to write the things. So this is like the basically the good thing about PYQs. Many of people think like we should practice PYQs to uh, on the like keeping the thing in mind that the question may get repeated, but the main thing is not that. The main thing is knowing how to write the answers, and that is how we'll know the how to write the answers. And of course it's better, of course, to study the books of course given by the professors. Also take help from the seniors or friends who are a little nerdish or academic in style. So take help from them and get to study the books which are given, because most of the books are the clear answers. Many of times you will not get the full answers of those questions from the professors teaching in the class and all. But for that, try to learn from the books, and of course practice every derivation, everything, and you will get the answer eventually.
Also, guys, refer to the
And
professor's
as
notes. Uh, okay, just a minute. Refer to the professor's notes which he or she has shared or given in the class, because you will get an idea how the professor writes the answer, or make like expect you to write those answers. also during the tutorial classes, ask the respective TAs that how we should answer this question, because ultimately those TA will going to evaluate our answers, right? So ask them that how we should answer or how much we should write, what all we should include and what shouldn't we should include. So ask TAs for all this.
Totally agree. And as we mentioned PYQs, so where can one get them?
So guys, you must be aware of Noteflix, or if not, you will be aware of Noteflix soon. So Noteflix is basically an initiative by Academics Council itself. So where there are all the PYQs in the reserve, and you will be shared with the link of Noteflix. So you can access PYQs there from a subject code.
Okay. So our mid-semester examination is of 2 hours, which most of you might be unfamiliar with. So what is the pattern or exam structure we can expect in subjective questions? And what is the marking scheme exactly? And how much do we have to write for different mark questions? Like for 6 marks, how much we have to write? And like for 3 marks, what's the limit?
Okay, so first of all, let's clear one thing to the students, the freshers, that uh, mm, in college, generally the thing of like story writing does not work. So, like many a times it works, most of the time it doesn't, because the professors in first year generally the professors don't directly check the papers, just like Vanshika told. Generally the teaching assistants check the paper, and the thing with teaching assistants is that they are provided with a set of keywords by the professors to identify which should be there in your answer, so that it's like the show that the answer know that the answer is correct. Now the thing with that is Hmm. Now, even if you write the whole damn explanation of the thing, like how it should be derived, and maybe, for example, take physics, for example, maybe they have given you a derivation. Then you write in 3 4 paragraphs how it should be derived, why it should be derived, where it is used, and everything. But you miss the main points, maybe the main variables that should be used in that part, or the main like keywords, basically the variable names, maybe the somewhere it's told Lagrangian, so it's the Lagrangian should be written, so you have missed the word. You have explained everything about that, but you have missed the word. So that may affect, like even that large answer will not give you that much marks. But yeah, considering the marks is a good thing. Like if it's 6 marks, you should know that it may not be a lengthy answer, but it may be a more like thought provoking answer. Like you have to calculate more, or you have to think more. There may be some tricky part. Maybe if you are seeing that you are directly solving and a problem is arriving to a too complex solution, like it you have never seen that kind of solution, maybe it can be the case that you are actually wrong. So then that can be the case that you check the answer and also check the marks as well. You will see that yeah, it's a like maybe 6 marks question, 7 marks question. Then yeah, it's definitely some trick to it. That's why they have kept that uh, type of marks in that. If it's a short question, it will be more direct, and I think you freshers are more well equipped to answer short questions than us who have like already crossed 3 years. We have almost forgot what MCQs look like. So yeah, the short questions is your thing, but for the long questions, focus on those keywords. Try to study the keywords, and of course, like as Vanshika said earlier, get the notes, study the notes nicely, because the notes has the hidden keywords. Sometimes it even happens that there are professor specific keywords that should be used. So yeah, so see that, and yeah, it can be judged by marks, but try to go by knowledge and keywords, I would say.
Okay, I really appreciate the way you explained that. It really makes things easier to grasp. So, what are the things we have to take into examination hall, and what we should not, like the do's and don'ts for the exam?
Okay, guys, so just chill. It's just a midsem, so don't panic. First of all, firstly, the very important thing is take your ID cards with you and take a water bottle. It's too hot right now, and then take a pen, pencil, scale, whatever you need for examinations. But ID card you must take ID card, and if you just forget your ID card, so you will have to sign an undertaking and all that. Your professor, the invigilator there will guide you what all to do. But don't forget your ID cards and keep a water bottle with you. Obviously, pen, pencils, and erasers. And don't panic there. It's just a midsem. I will repeat, just a midsem. So just chill out and give your papers.
And also don't forget your calculator if it is allowed. If it is
Yeah.
allowed, then the questions will be there from the calculator. So don't forget it.
Yeah. So, if we are late to the examination, will there be any actions taken against us?
Okay, so being late, okay. So the yeah, for during examination period, the invigilators are pretty strict. Like you are first year, so they will be more strict to you all. Seniors they allow for the first maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but freshers not even 1 to 2 minutes. They like specifically like scold you and all, and maybe sometimes if you then try to like if they feel like you are misbehaving with them, then it may be like uh, then they may not let you enter the examination hall. But what I would say is uh, uh, keep your own deadline, like the own examination time, at least half an hour before. Because like if it's at for example, if it's at 8, set your time, that make your mind up. Oh no, the examination is starting at 7:30. Because if you think at 7:30, you will reach the examination center by 7:45, and then you will be actually 15 minutes early. But that will be helpful because you will be able to set yourself up with the environment, see the people who are around you, see the seating arrangement. Maybe if you misplace the room, you can change the room and see the where the roll lists are and everything. Take a rest. Maybe you have to go do some washroom business, and everything that can be cleared out in that period of the time as well. So I would say don't be late. Try to be on time. Set like at least set your own examination time at least half an hour ago, so that at least you reach at least 15 to 20 minutes, 15 to 10 minutes early. And if you are late, it's not will be it will not be a suggestion. It depends on totally on the invigilator of that room which you are going in, whatever action they will take on you. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, that was really insightful. I hope everyone is making mental notes. This kind of guidance we usually don't find in books. Okay, so what are the key points to focus on while writing the exams?
Okay, so if you have a theory paper, so try to summarize or memorize all the points once and write it on the left side of the paper or on the rough space on the paper with a pencil, and then with the pen fare it out like the sequence you want your answer to be in. That case you can tackle theory paper. And if it is a calculative paper, so focus on the units of the quantities which you are calculating. So just remember the units, like correctly unit, um, the dimension should you should be clear with the dimensions you are solving the question. And also please don't write on the question paper. The professor may file an allegation like you are cheating there or you are copying from someone. So have a note like not to write on the question paper. Just write on your answer sheet and cancel it if you don't want that to be checked, and if you want to be checked, don't cancel it. And make a note that if once you cancel the that respective portion won't be checked. So be clear about cancelling anything in your answer sheet, and please mention correctly, like if there are subparts in the question, so try to attend those subparts line wise. Like if question 2 has 5 parts, then try to attend all those parts in like consecutively, not like first part on the first page and last part after question 4. So that makes the checking quite difficult. So try to attempt all the parts sequentially, not all questions sequence wise, but try to attempt the part sequence wise.
And the thing with examinations is some professors do want to like keep the answers in order. So listen in class carefully. Sometimes the professor will instruct like basically the last class before midterm they tell that please write in order or else I will not check or give marks. So keep that in mind. Some professors do that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. Moving ahead, here's something else we are all are curious about. So now the phase 4, jumping onto the last phase of exam session, the post-exam period. So what were your steps to forget about the exam that are done and grab all attention and focus on the upcoming things?
Yeah, so the steps to forget the exam. The steps to forget the exam are actually person specific. It was my, I would say, innate quality to forget the exam itself. But the thing is, whenever exam gets over, for the examination periods, it's quite easy because you give the exams, come and start the preparation for the next exam, and you know the next exam is equally scary as the previous exam itself. But the previous exam is done already, so now you have to take the next scary part. So the mind becomes already okay. This is scary, so let's focus on that first. But yeah, sometimes it happens that really the examination that you give are not like that. Like you feel like you did not give that good. So and you like feel depressed, kind of stuff. Like okay, I will not study. What will happen? So the thing is, nothing bad can happen. Like uh, if you are having that feeling that I have given bad, I have given the examination bad. So actually, you have the potential to write good examination. So that means you have done something. You have written something. You will generally people who have not written something, they don't question themselves. They know they have not written. So if you have questioning yourself, don't, I would say, because it's um it can like pressurize you and get it out of the next exam. And remember, every exam is valued equally, and equally, some are valued more. Maybe you gave like 9 credit scores, and you are feeling that okay, it's bad. What will I do? Maybe the next exam is a 11 credit course, which has a more credit. So uh, there's no thing of spoiling an examination just for the sake of another examination. And literally 30 marks generally in midterm. So yeah, it can spoil you that much if you see like feel like okay, it has gone bad, and in the marks also you see it's has gone bad. You can recover because it's you are just at the starting line. It's 8 semesters, so there are total of 16 exams which you will give, more than that maybe. So yeah, there's no need to panic on the first starting hurdle only. It's the smallest hurdle. So just don't panic. Just give on. Just continue with that.
Okay, so if you find this advice useful, give a cute thumbs up so our seniors know their words are reaching us. Guys, please react. If you have any questions, please drop it in the chat box. And after this session, we will take those. Okay, So, did you guys start to prepare from the next exam as soon as the former were completed, or did you prefer a little break? What were your steps to rejuvenate your energy during the break of yours?
Okay, so you can take a break, like you can sleep half an hour or 2 hours, whichever time suits you, however you're comfortable in. So you can take a break while sleeping. You can also have a little snack, something like that, tea, coffee, or whatever you want to eat. Talk with a friends and chill out somewhere, or watch Instagram or YouTube, whichever you are like, whatever you try to do in your leisure time. So do that and then start preparing for the next exam. So take a break for hour, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it's like that, and then start for the next examination. Don't overload yourself with like starting just after your previous examination. Don't overload like that. Take a rest, proper rest, and then start for the next.
Okay. So, from audience, I want to ask, how many of you dive straight into the next exam preparation as soon as one is done? Hands up. And how many of you prefer taking a short break first?
Okay, everybody is
Okay,
going for the short break.
majority is with short break. Okay, so the last question would it be to share each one of your golden tips for students for their mid-semester exams before we jump into the Q&A session of this chat box.
Okay, so my golden tip will be practice and try to do each of the assignments, tutorials, PYQs, each and everything by yourself. Do not copy it from the drive or maybe the Noteflix. The answers you will get from people, the previous year solutions you will get, but don't try to do that. Practice, practice, and practice, because again, it's the after a long time you will be writing a subjective exam, and also it's not quite like, if you think okay it's almost like class 12's exam, it's not. Again, story making will not work. So try to get the notes, try to study them, and try to learn them. So just don't mug it up. There are things necessary to mug up, but not everything should be mugged up. Only the things that you can't remember and things should be mugged up. Else, try to remember, try to learn, and of course, practice. Yeah, that's from my side.
Almost all the points are covered by Shrin. Just want to add on one thing only, like stay calm and be confident while answering your questions, and just it's just midsem, guys. Again, cool down and just give them.
Okay, so thank you so much, seniors, for this session. Now, okay, quickly honest check. How many of you are already calculating your CPI in your head while sitting here? Like we have to get 9+ in first semester like that. Okay, so for the feedback, how was the session been for all of you? A quick show of hands if you feel you got at least some useful takeaway from today. So, okay, thank you so much for reacting. Now, I would like to open the session for participant doubts. If you have any questions, you may still message it into text box and we will make sure to attend them all. Let's begin.
Okay, so I am seeing many questions in the chat box. So let's like Vanshika, let's like I pick up one, then you pick up another. Okay, like that's it. Okay,
Sure,
right?
sure,
Okay, sure.
sure.
Sure, it's like some common questions. Let us answer. First, people are asking, how much is enough? How much is enough, right? So there's nothing called enough. See, you can get a 10, you can get a 9, you can get a 8. The enough is where you feel like it's enough, actually. Like you feel like it's okay, it's good, you can do with it. And but for the first semester, try to keep it pretty high, because pretty high means about 8.59 is good, because it this is where like the sem it matters a little, because after that it becomes cumulative and it just picks on up above that, and just gets averaged out somewhere in the middle. But try to keep it pretty good. If you focus on the studies a little bit, I felt in first year, even a little bit, if you give it like at least 1 2 hours daily, you can get a pretty eight, like almost 8 above I see CGPA. Vanshika, I think like I'm correct.
Yes.
So you can take up the another question and just continue with it.
So like I'm seeing a question like we don't know how we have to write in the examination. So like refer to professor notes which he or she is sharing or making you write in the class. Like there are some students no writing the notes which the professor is giving. So refer to those notes and then ask to the respective TAs that how we should write the examination, because the TA have idea about how we should answer the question. So ask the TAs like what all points to include and what not to include.
Okay, another question I saw. This is a very concerning question, because it was covered in the first part of this session. What is explain the weight factor? Uh, like I think you are asking weight factor of credits, I think. So yeah, like every course in our institute has been given some credits depending on the lectures, tutorials, and practicals. Each lecture gets 3 credits. Tutorials two, I guess two, and practicals one. So on the basis of that, they are weighed basically. Like the strength of the subject is given, and when the SPI or CPI is calculated, your grade which you get out of 10 is multiplied with that strength of the subject, the weight of the subject, and then it's factored out. So that's thing with the weight. And another question I saw in the mess is like, what is the difference between 10 and 10 star? So there is nothing called 10 and 10 star. This is A and A star. So there is no practical difference like in the name of marks. There is no practical difference in that. You will get the same like credit. But in case of the professors, like in future reference, if anybody sees your transcript or mark sheet and sees you are a A-star student, they understand that this student is not only good at writing exams, but they also understand the subject. That's the difference between an A and a A-star. Like A-star is basically this guy has understood everything and he has gotten a very good marks. And A is, of course, the guy has gotten a very good marks, but the professor is not quite sure that, okay, this guy has understood everything. Maybe that guy has marked up. So that's the difference.
Okay, so if you have any further doubts, you can just raise your hands and we will unmute you.
Did these people forgot to put them their hands, or are they asking question?
Like, you can unmute and ask your doubt.
Didi, MA 101 is too hard.
I know. Starting में सबको ही लगता है, but you can refer to tutorials and PYQs, and trust me, it will help a lot. Genuinely. And for some concepts, you can refer to the book. Only for concepts. There's no need to, attend the questions there. You can do questions from tutorials and PYQs. And for the concept, you can refer to the books or to the professor notes.
And like you were saying, it's too hard. Yeah, it's hard. Same thing. Like, if you can do the questions, do that. But don't go for that small book. Like, what's this called? One is Thomas Calculus, and the second book I forgot. What's the name called?
Bartley.
There's another
Bartley.
Bartlett
Bartley.
Shepard. Yeah. So never try to solve Bartlett Shepard. I tried. I got demotivated, and my midsems got very bad. Don't do that. Solve Thomas Calculus. Thomas Calculus problems may seem easy, but that's what is coming for the exam. Don't go for Bartlett Shepard. Of course, study the theorem from Bartlett Shepard. They are very pretty good, but don't try to even think of solving the Bartlett Shepard questions. It will just mess your head up.
Can we solve theorems from Bartley? I have seen questions in tutorials from theorems in
If
that
you
book.
if you feel like see, I also did now. So if you want, you can. If you